I'm John Twist of University Motors. This is our YouTube virtual tour of University Motors in Ada, Michigan. Behind me is the shop with our beautiful MG signs, and off to my right, your left, is our parking lot, which is empty today because we move all the cars inside at night. Let's go back inside and let me show you around and show you what all the different parts of the shop are.
Baby, you can drive my car.
It's a beautiful Saturday, Labor Day Saturday. Anyway, this is our vestibule, our entryway, with hundreds of for sale signs and advertisements, along with some notes that we see from time to time, people's cars, articles about our customers that show up in the local Grand Rapids press. And up here we have our British Motor Heritage approved plaque, which we were received, oh my gosh, it must have been around 1998 or so. We are one of 2 British Heritage approved shops in the United States of America. Let's go in the parts room. In here are all of our parts. Along here, along the side, we've got the racks with our parts labeled with factory part numbers and Moss part numbers, etc. You know, you wonder how much is actually here. You can order a box just this big from Moss Motors and end up with 300 bucks in there. So extrapolate and you can figure out we've got an enormous amount of money in these very few shelves. Over here is our gross cabinet. This is a 144 drawer cabinet that was built for my great-grandfather's company in 1913 by the company my father worked for later on, the Shear Gillette Company. Provided wooden bins and drawers and so forth to the supermarkets. Anyway, this used to hold file cards, but now it holds nuts and bolts. And this is only a small selection of the fasteners that we have here at the shop. Lisa works here on the front counter. Our shipping department, if it's so exotic as that, is over here with our tape machine and so forth. And we have our normally used supplies also on these shelves. Steel wool and duct tape and carburetor cleaner and all those sorts of things that are necessary to keep the shop going. Before we go out in the shop though, let me show you the assignment board here. This is a list of our customers and the cars that are in the shop right now with a date in and who's working on them and what's happening next and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, come on, let's go out in the shop. Well, welcome to the workshop of University Motors. This is a 6,000 foot building. Some of it's taken up by the parts area and so forth up front, but most of it is out here. We've got our special tool board here, complete with ropes and jumper cables, and our north wall, that we call it, obviously it's on the north side of the shop, lined with lots and lots of boxes here on top, these old banker's boxes that we use during our technical seminars, along with weights, wheel weights, and turned brake drums, and covers, and well, buffing compound, all sorts of stuff. Over here in the corner, we've got a wonderful used parts cabinet. Again, this is from my great-grandfather, my grandfather's company. We have all these old file drawers filled with organized used parts. The secret to having used parts is to be able to find them. I can't tell you how many times I know you guys have gone into other people's shops or garages and looked for some used part, and the guy goes, I know I got this thing. And you end up spending 2 hours looking for it. Well, we can't spend that amount of time here, so we've got a lot of organization. Over here, we have our barrels where we have our bulk oil and bulk antifreeze and so forth along here. And as we walk towards the back of the shop now, we have our electrical repair bench on one side and our kingpin bench and brake bench on the other side, along with our torches and so forth. Walking a little farther south here, we have the mother of all shelves. Well, actually, it's the sister of the mother of all shelves, because we've got the same one over here. We built these as extremely durable shelving units that we constructed out of 2x4, all reinforced and triangulated so they can't move or change position at all. And we can get an entire car in one of these vertical columns when we're doing our restoration work, which is mostly in the wintertime. This is a 1959 MGA twin cam that We started on last November and got done June, right at the 1st of June, and then drove it to the customer's house on June 12th last year, 750 miles. Come on back and I'll show you a little bit of our machine shop. Machine shop, whatever you want to call it. We've got our 2 sandblasters here, very fine sandblaster, coarse sandblaster. We got our Logan 1946 Logan lathe. It was it was the oldest continuous tool used by the MG dealer here in Grand Rapids. It was taken on by performance cars, given to them about 1956, and it's stayed with the MG dealer since. And now I have it, and I'm real proud of it. 1946, and our chop saws and our grinders and so forth along up here, along with the mother of all dishwashers, our great big CUDA unit here, which will strip the goo and grime off of anything. Kingpin assemblies, racks and pinions. Oh my gosh, gearbox pieces. We can put a whole engine inside here. Let's go on over to the engine building area. During the evening hours and the weekends, which of course this is the weekend, it's a regular labyrinth in here of cars. Right now we've got 2 1937 MGTAs in the shop. Go figure. Looks like we got 2 TDs, a TF, a couple MGAs, a bunch of Bs, TR6, TR3, all kinds of good stuff. Here's our engine building area here. We send our fans off to the powder coater and get these powder coated so they're nice and yellow. And all along our shelving here, we've got bits and pieces, valves, brackets, fittings, gears, all the sorts of stuff that we've pulled out of A-series and B-series engines, so that when Kurt or I are building the engines, there's no problem coming up with bits and pieces if the one in the engine is faulty, or if, God forbid, we should lose a part or something. We always have something else to replace it. Let me come around and show you our spray booth. Now deep down inside our, what we refer to as our OSHA approved spray booth, it certainly isn't. We don't paint cars in here, but we do paint small pieces. Here we're working on the inside of Mr. Parr's 1964 MGB, wanted the underbonnet area to look a little cleaner, so we've taken the individual items that show up, the starter motor, the front cover, the so forth, manifolding, and we've painted those so that when we put this thing back together, of course, it'll look absolutely beautiful. We also paint our leaf springs in here.
I'm gonna be a star.